running from the sunlight. It's far too bright. Can't see nothing, nowhere in sight. It's far too bright. I gotta find my cave and get out of sight. It's no longer night by night. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Progressive Discussions. It's Saturday already, Saturday night. And I just want to thank our good friend, performing artist from Scotland, Mr. Geordie K. That was one of his recent songs that he sent me. And it's a great song, you know. Excuse me. It's it is about let me see. Well, we're having unseasonably warm weather here this weekend in the beginning of November 2022. It's very bizarre. It's definitely climate change. It's been in the mid 70s, low to mid 70s, but today we had a high of 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow will be 75, and Monday will be 75 again, believe it or not. And then the temperature will drop Tuesday back down to normal weather that we should be having in November. I mean, I was looking forward to autumn because it's my favorite time of year. But also, I hate the hazy, hot, and humid weather we get here in the summer. And it was a brutal summer, and I was looking so much to seeing the frost on the pumpkin. You know, Jack Frost, my buddy. And here, it's in the mid 70s. I have the air conditioning on right now, believe it or not. So let me see what's going on here. Okay. Full steam ahead. I just want to ask everyone. Of course, this is one of the several gourds I got. It's a tradition. I love gourds because I love autumn. I love pumpkins, squash. They're all in the same family. Pumpkins, gourds, squash, squish squash. That's after you cook them. Like if you're making butternut squash. But this these are ornamental. But does this remind you of anything? Does this remind you of anything that's part of the female anatomy? This gourd? Think about it. Think about it. What does this remind you of? Right? Am I right? Labia? Does it look like labia to you? Labia? Okay, now I'm going to introduce a close friend of the show, all the way from the Tokyo area, Tokyo, Japan, the one and only Masumi. Masumi, good
Good
morning.
morning, everyone from
Yeah,
Japan.
good morning to you, Masumi. And did you? It is now 9:08 a.m. Sunday in the Tokyo area. And did you finish your morning routine and your coffee and everything?
Yes, I'm finished, everyone. I'm off work today.
Oh yes. Wow, you're off work. Were you off work yesterday too?
Yes,
And
I'm
what
off
and
work today too. Yeah.
what about Friday? You work Friday?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
work Friday.
Masumi owns her own salon, and she she's off for the weekend. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? You get
Yeah.
to relax. You get to relax, and you get to do the things that you enjoy doing. And but anyway, but now Masumi has a very special message for progressive discussions and everyone connected with this show. A special message from Masumi.
Ah, thank you. Um, Ohayo gozaimasu. Japanese conversation. I can't to speak English too much.
Well, then
So
speak Japanese.
yeah, and everyone, mm, I say to everyone, "Ohayo gozaimasu," uh, and I want to say to my friends, uh, "Ohayo, minasan."
Thank you very much, Masumi. Anything else you want to say to your family in Japanese?
Yeah, uh, and I say to my daughter, Risako, Ohayo, Risako, and Chihiro. Chihiro is my grandson.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
you recently found out that the reason why he got very sick and had to go to the hospital is because he's allergic to eggs, your grandson.
Yes, my grandson having algae.
He has an allergy to eggs.
Yes, as you say.
Yeah. Well, people are allergic to different things you cannot explain. I'm allergic to swordfish. Somebody else might be allergic to peanuts, which they get sometimes they can die. some of the allergies are so bad that people can die.
Oh,
You know,
yes, yes, as you
and
say. Yeah,
your grandson
yeah,
found out the hard way that he's allergic to eggs.
yeah,
Hey, Mr. Ronnie Simpson, greetings to you. Good evening, Ronnie Simpson from Clearwater, Florida. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, it's a great night. It's hot, but you know,
Oh, hi.
I don't have to tell Ronnie about hot because down in Florida it's very
Mm,
hot and humid, which I hate. You know, but so I showed everybody the squash,
mm,
the gourd. I showed everybody the squash. I think Ronnie Simpson knows what this reminds him
mm,
of, what this looks like. But
yeah,
anyway, um,
yeah.
well, thank you very much, Masumi, for stopping by and saying hello to all of us on Progressive Discussions from Tokyo, Japan. Thank you.
It, thank you. It's my pleasure.
You're welcome. And we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.
Yes, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Sayonara.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send it. Well, I just want you to know I gotta get through the political material first before we can relax. I just want you to understand it. I'll send it to you on Facebook Messenger, not publicly. Well, that was a pleasant surprise. Uh, Masumi saying hello, greetings, good morning. Well, her good morning from Japan. Let's see. And then well, uh, let's see. Um, you know, it's funny. Anytime I'm seeking out, oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, gotcha. Woo. Anyway, I really hate this hot weather. I really do. But thank God it's only temporary. Well, you're very welcome, Masumi. Thank you for stopping by. Um, I can't really complain too much because some parts of the country are experiencing much higher temperatures than 75 or 77, and the humidity is a lot higher, especially around the Gulf Coast of the United States. So I am going to, well, you know why? Because you got that pool, you got that in-ground pool to jump in, and you're not that far from the beach, from the Gulf of Mexico. Really, I don't think you're that far. Well, yeah, because of the time of the year, it gets drier. It gets drier on around the Gulf Coast, but it's Florida, so you know, 80, 85 degrees. Uh, okay, I'm going to play a couple videos of me on location. See if I can open it up. This is James P. This is okay. No. It's not going to let me do that. All right. Well, this is James. Very frustrating. Well, I'll have to make good with what I have. Let's see. Okay. Screen share. Let's see. No, that's not it either. I'll be damned. It's not letting me do it. Oh, that sucks. Oh, there we go. Jeez. It's a glitch with StreamYard is what it is. It's a glitch. All right, hopefully it'll play. This is James P. Nathan here of the show Progressive Discussions. I'm in the local ShopRite supermarket. And just like you saw on my video, on location at Whole Foods in Edgewater, New Jersey. This is ShopRite in Palisades Park, owned by Aunt Sarah Company. And they do the same thing here. They have just, let's see, 1, 2 express lanes and a couple of regular lanes open with the high volume of people that shop here. They have a whopping 4 self-checkout aisles all the way on the end, and they do the same thing. People get frustrated from waiting on long, slow lines because they have very few cashiers scheduled to work, so people will gravitate towards the self-checkout aisles, the 4 self-checkout aisles, and they can't fool me. When they do it, they have a good excuse to lay off even more cashiers, despite the fact that they're union workers. I guess legally they can do it. They lay them off, and they just extend the self-checkout aisles. They do the same thing in department stores in America. This is corporate greed that has to be fought very hard and savagely. And the American people, the little guy, the lower 98% can fight it by going to the polls this coming Tuesday, election day, and voting progressive. Do not vote right wing, because right wing wants, if they can get away with it, they'll bring back child labor and slavery in a heartbeat. Okay, the greedy corporate America is wicked, and it only could be stopped if more people register to vote and make it their business to vote. I'm very happy that a massive amount of young people have registered to vote, particularly women. All right, thank you. Okay, let me bring up the next one. That's it's supposed to be in the other. Okay, it's supposed to be in the opposite order here. I'll be right with you. I gotta go through this crap here. Okay. So make sure it's there, and Okay, folks, James P. Madonna here of Progressive Discussions. I'm here at Whole Foods in Edgewater, New Jersey. As you can see, many cashiers are not scheduled. There's only 1, 2, 3, and the rest is self-checkout. Look at that. And I think I know what this is. The greedy, evil Jeff Bezos is making the lines extra long so people get frustrated and they storm off and go to the self-checkout. That's what it is. Excuse to lay off cashiers. That's exactly what it is. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. And also, if Americans only found it in themselves to boycott, they don't realize the immense power of the boycott. But they don't do anything collectively. You know, they have to have what they want to have, unfortunately. Let's see. Okay, let me catch up on the commentary. I sent you the link, Ronnie, on Facebook Messenger. I enjoy the hot weather. Okay, I love where I live in Florida. Good for you. Good for you. Good. You love the hot weather. I made it. King of Dots, greetings, King of Dots. Yeah, well, look at what's going on now. The Republicans have moved so far to the right that they want to steal Social Security and Medicare from the people who paid into it their whole lives. I don't want to say cut Social Security and Medicare because it's not severe enough. The money is not theirs to take. But thank you for stopping by, King of Dots. You're very knowledgeable. Well, yeah. If there's a heartbeat and brain activity, it's a child. And they should not allow the torture and murder of something that's already formed as a baby. Then there's a heartbeat present. There's some brain activity, whatever's there. You know, it's different. But if it's a fertilized egg, it's just there's nothing. It's just a fertilized egg. You know, and it's the responsibility of people that don't want to be parents to nip it in the bud when it's just a fertilized egg, and not wait and torture, you know, a fetus. No, I don't want. I don't want it publicly known. Listen. I've communicated with you on Facebook Messenger 1,001 times. I don't want it public because for certain reasons, but it should be there because I see it right now. It's hideous. It's hideously terribly when an able-bodied human being has to wring out his own groceries. Yeah, especially since the price of groceries keep on skyrocketing. You got to wring out your own. Come on. How am I supposed to be a diabetic if I work this much? Well, I'm not sure I understand that, but why should you listen? Why should you put yourself to work after you collected all of your groceries in your shopping cart, and you're giving this supermarket chain your business, and they're making a lot, especially now. Like Whole Foods is there's a term affectionately used for Whole Foods called whole paycheck instead of Whole Foods. It's insane. That's that greedy dildo head scumbag that has a voice like Kermit the Frog, Jeff Bezos. They're all geeks and nerds that just look at them all. They're all geeks. Bill Gates, the eagle beak control freak geek, big nose Mark Zuckerberg, that pussy face Elon Musk, that slave driving scumbag, which I will discuss a little bit later. What he's doing now with Twitter. They're all geeks. And a geek most likely got roughed up by the jocks in high school. And because the geeks usually are very annoying, they call everyone stupid in school because they know they have a high IQ and they don't have anything else going for them. There's no masculinity with these geeks at all. They're frail, scrawny, pencil neck geeks, and they know it. And the only way they can get attention is to insult others and telling them how stupid they are, and and bragging about their IQ. Damn right. But they're making it. They're making it. This is what kills me. They're publicly stating it to mainstream media that they want to cut Social Security and Medicare, which is not theirs. Therefore, they want to steal it. And the mainstream media people do not say a word to them. They won't challenge them, except for the underground media like the Young Turks, Saint Iker and Anna Kasparian. They tell people off. They'll never debate a progressive that's a fireball, that's known for raising their voice and will fight. Like, they won't do that. They'll go to the sycophant, kiss up mainstream media people who are probably controlled by the oligarch and told what to say, what to do, what not to do, or else they'll get fired. That's what is going on. Yeah, why should it be part of the general fund? That dummy from Texas, Lyndon Baines Johnson, and his wife Lady Bird. What the hell do you do that for? The same thing with eliminating the gold standard, like what Ronnie was telling me a long time ago. Blunders like the front office management and team management of the Yankees. Blunders, idiots, imbeciles. Well, it has to go up with the ever rising cost of living. I mean, forget about $15 an hour is a drop in the bucket now. I mean, the cost of living is up here and the average salary is here. Nobody's, except the suckers, and I say suckers that are part of They have an executive position for a company, upper management, that are on salary, being forced to work extremely long hours, which means if you're on salary, anything over 40 hours is free labor. You are working for free for the man. Okay, so you take their annual salary and you divide it up by the number of hours that they're forced to put in, and their annual salary doesn't look so great anymore once you divide it up, break it down. So that's why I say suckers. If you're part of the bottom 98%, there's very few people making a living wage in comparison to the ever increasing cost of living. Yeah. Well, so democratic socialists. Uh, you know who corrupted communism? The despots, the autocrats, the totalitarian military dictators of the Soviet Union. Karl Marx, his original book was different than the way these countries were run, and that includes the Castro regime. Yeah, I have no um, affection for corporate America. I think they're vile. I think corporate CEOs should be slowly lowered into a pond of red-bellied piranha. Oh, yeah, who the fuck? Hey, Elon Musk. I'll get into some articles later. Ever since he took over Twitter, he's telling the people that didn't get laid off that they have to put in like they have to work every day, practically 24/7. They have to move their beds in their office. They can't even go home because he says, "Oh, we have to meet the deadlines." What do you mean deadlines? I never heard about Twitter having a financial crisis until he bought it. He's a slave driver. He's a piece of shit. I got the Omicron, excuse me. I got the new booster, the Omicron booster. That's my 5th shot. No side effects with any of the vaccines. Knock on wood. I'm going to get an 8.7% increase in my Social Security this year. Nobody's touching anything. I'm up with every info, and that's exactly what I want to hear. King of dots, king of the dots. Not even AARP is saying this crap. Well, I hope to God that people realize that it's not the government's, it's not a politician's money to take. And you know what? People on a fixed income need those increases because the cost of living is really despicable. Everybody's asking me for money, even the AARP. I get these emails. They're probably scams. Email from Nancy Pelosi. Email from Hillary Clinton's people. Email from everybody wants money. Everybody wants money. I thought these folks are rolling in dough, taking bribes. Oh, I mean payments, donations from the corporations that send lobbyists to meet with them. I thought they're very well off. Why do they need somebody like me to send them money? You know? Tommy, how are you this evening? Tommy Carroll. Where are you from, Tommy? You're backstage. How come you're not appearing? You try again. Hold on for a second. You would have appeared. No, you didn't see, according to Facebook Messenger, you didn't see the link I sent you. You didn't see it. Go to Ronnie Simpson of Facebook Messenger and try again. Leave and come back in. And use the link I sent you in Facebook Messenger. If you're backstage, I mean, I would see you down here backstage. I don't see you. It's always something, always something. My brother started collecting Social Security, and his 15-year-old daughter is getting, oh, shit. That's good. Damn. She was lucky. She's getting $1,300 a month. Minor kids get Social Security when you retire. Unbelievable. It wasn't that way when I was a little tyke. At least, no more. Maybe nobody told me. So the 15-year-old teenage daughter is probably happier than a pig in slop right now. That's found money to a 15-year-old girl. $1,300 a month is a big heaping helping of mamu for a young teenage girl. Because you're not backstage. Oh, you're completely unvaxxed. Oh, okay. Because you're not backstage. Do it again. I have rental property and I raise crabgrass. I raise crabgrass. All you need is some crabapple trees to go with the crabgrass. Yeah. Ronnie, you never had a problem before with the link. Hold on for a second. Nonprofits make $3 trillion a year in this country. One word, don't. Yeah, and guess what? Guess how much on a dollar goes to the worthy cause? Probably like 10 cents, 25 cents, the most. It's a scam. They're all scams, and they all have CEOs making astronomical sums. Why does a fundraiser, a charity, need to have a CEO making the kind of money that regular private sector corporation CEOs get? All right, let me take care of something here because I'm getting disgusted. I'm getting disgusted. I don't want to put it. Ronnie Simpson on Facebook. You're right in front of me. I'm going to send it to you again. All right, go now. Now go to Facebook Messenger. There you are. You just looked at it. You mean to tell me the first link did not appear? Don't do it. They're scams. Hello, Jason Cleveland from Seattle, Washington. Hello, James. I am still digging out from a major weather event last night. Wow, we lost power and trees down, but I am here in spirit. Oh, sorry to hear that. You had storm, I take it? Was it a thunderstorm with high winds? Oh, man. Ronald Simpson equals fart doctor and horn dog. You think he's Sid also? You think he uses the alias Sid? You just looked at the link. Click on the link. Ronnie Simpson. Click on the link. Then how come I don't see you? If you're backstage, how come I don't see you here? You would have appeared. Do it again. Do it again. I can't let you in if you're not appearing. I'm not saying it's your fault. Maybe it's sabotage by the geeks. I don't know what it is. Let me see. Huh. Guy's not here. It's claiming that you're backstage, but you're not appearing. Okay. I don't know what to tell you, man. You're not appearing. No, that's the law. He's getting $3,400, and she's getting $1,300, and he's a millionaire. She already has a full ride to Duke, and the richer get richer. You know, my grandmother used to say that. Money goes to money, she used to say. Yeah, money goes to money. Like attracts like. I want those new 87,000 IRS agents to take that nonprofit money now. And I want the 87,000 IRS agents to do an investigation, a thorough investigation and audit with all of those TV evangelists, mega churches, right, that do not do God's work, that spend the donations on themselves and their spouses, living high on a hog in a lap of luxury, and they're supposed to be pastors. They don't talk scripture during their scam, during their TV time slot. They never talk scripture. I don't even think they really know the Bible. And all these suckers send them money. I would love for the IRS to come down on those mega churches. I would love it. A half a second. What? Who's calling that like a? You calling that a blackout? That happens often here. Ay, ay, ay. That happens a lot here. A wing and a prayer. So you have a generator, Jason, at your house? A wing and a prayer. Now I'm thinking about spicy buffalo hot wings, chicken wings. Are you holding on to a spicy buffalo wing right now? Well, gentlemen, I don't know if you saw the beginning of the show, but does this gourd remind you of anything in particular? Think hard. I think you know what it reminds me of. All right. Wing and a prayer. The world's loudest jingle bell with traditional jingle bells. Tits the season. Tits the season. Okay. I don't know what to tell you, Ronnie. The only thing I can do, I'm not trying to be a wise guy or anything like that. This is really, you're really not appearing. You're backstage, but you're not appearing. I'll send it again. Hey. All right. Let me get back to the task at hand. Ron DeSantis mocks LGBTQ people in campaign mailer to Florida voters. Hold on for a second. Let me do screen share. Get this up. Okay. No, it's not it. No, it's not it either. Oh, crap. Oh, man. Bear with me. There's always a glitch. Always a glitch, unfortunately. All right. Let me play this.
It's not a question. It's a fair question. He won't tell you. You talk about Joe Biden a lot. I understand. You think you're going to be running against him. I can see how you might get confused. But you're running for governor. You're running for governor. And I have a question for you. You're running for governor. Why don't you look in the eyes of the people of the state of Florida and say to them, if you're reelected, you will serve a full 4-year term as governor? Yes or no? Yes or no, Ron? Will you serve a full 4-year term if you're reelected governor of Florida? It's not a tough question. It's a fair question. He won't tell you. Well, listen, I know that Charlie's been talking about 2024 and Joe Biden, but I just want to make things very, very clear. The only worn-out old donkey I'm looking to put out to pasture is Charlie Crist.
Wow, he's taking lessons from Trump. Okay. I'm still waiting for what comment he made.
Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaways and hurry in to get our best deals of the season.
Let's see. Well, these extremists are hell-bent on returning us to the darkest days of anti-LGBTQ hysteria. Well, you know, it's no surprise. It's no surprise. There's nothing new about it. You know, Republicans just don't like people that are different. All right. Here's an article about Elon Musk. All right, cool. I gotta go through all this shit again. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. Oh, look who's here. Winging a prayer. No, look who's here. Let me block this. Hot photos of my sister. Hot photos of my sister. Okay, let me block this individual. The same one shows up every Saturday. There we go. Okay. Twitter staff have been told to work 84-hour weeks, and managers slept at the office over the weekend as they scramble to meet Elon Musk's tight deadlines, reports say. Occupy Mars? Yeah, right. Whoever goes there can't return, most likely because it takes a whole year, one-way trip, going there and coming back. Twitter managers have told some staff work 12-hour shifts 7 days a week. CNBC reported. Some managers told the New York Times they slept at Twitter's office on Friday and Saturday nights. Staff are trying to prove themselves amid the looming threat of layoffs on their new owner, Elon Musk. Yeah, okay. I didn't know Twitter was having a financial crisis before. Staff at Twitter have been clocking up much longer hours than usual since Elon Musk took over. CNBC reported this comes as staff face the looming threat of layoffs and the tech mogul's planning overhaul of the company. Overhaul. Twitter managers have told some staff to work. All right, so they're repeating the same thing. Musk's $44 billion purchase of the social media platform went through on Thursday evening. And yeah, well, he's going to lay off quite a bit of people. That's well known. And he's trying to downsize, which means the people that still have their jobs have to move their residence in their office and sleep there. Slave driver. Literally working 24/7. Okay. To meet deadlines. Now, what is the deadline? I mean, it doesn't go into specifics. in terms of the deadline. Okay. Oh, good.
Twitter use.
Oh, yeah. Here's a video, finally. I don't have to read a damn article. Wing and a prayer. A wing and a prayer. Okay, let's see what that is. All right. All right, let me lower the volume because Anna is quite loud.
Twitter users might have to start paying to maintain their verified status, and that's according to a new report from The Verge. Apparently, Elon Musk has given employees an ultimatum: meet his deadline to introduce paid verification on Twitter or get fired. So here are the details. The directive is to change Twitter Blue, the company's optional $4.99 a month subscription that unlocks additional features, into a more expensive subscription that also verifies users, according to people familiar with the matter and internal correspondence seen by The Verge. Twitter is currently planning to increase the price of that Twitter Blue to $19.99 for the new Twitter Blue subscription. Under the current plan, verified users would have 90 days to subscribe or lose their blue check mark. Employees working on the project were told on Sunday that they need to meet a deadline of November 7th to launch the feature, or they will be fired. So here's what I can't stand. People I know, people I like, who responded to that story with like, why $20? Maybe like a couple dollars. You said it too,
I did
Ben.
say it.
I'm calling you out.
I did say it.
No, don't put money in that guy's pocket
you're
just
right.
to maintain a blue check mark.
You're
Who
right. I
cares?
was just saying, if it's going to be an amount, it's an absurd billionaire arbitrarily chosen $20 a month that nobody can afford.
Yeah.
That was my main point.
Yeah.
It's absurd on its face, because if you're buying a platform to try to get rid of bots and fake users, and you're trying to make it a much more true, honest public square, your first initiative should be enabling everyone to get a free blue check mark, not just public figures that currently can get them, and verify people maybe with uploading a picture of your ID, and there's obviously privacy concerns there, but figuring out a way where you can verify someone's identity and stop these anonymous trolls. That would be, of course, what he should do, and not charge anything, making it more elitist, more difficult, more out of the reach of people, and just actually taking the current blue check marks, like I have one, and just letting us drop those off to make it less verified and less trustworthy is insane. All I was saying was $3 is better than 20.
No, I get it. Yeah. I just don't want, it's like the typical way things develop in the country, right? Some rabid right-winger will frame the issue or frame like how the discussion should go. And it's like the typical negotiating tactic where you go in wanting to charge, like, let's say $100, knowing that that's insane. And then the person you're negotiating with comes in with like a lower, no, how about nothing? How about, no, you're not charging us anything to use this hellscape social media platform that like many of us are just forced to use because our careers literally rely on it.
Hey Siri, Anna made a good point. Please cancel my Twitter Blue subscription.
Do you think we'll ever get to a point in the country where there's just mass disinterest in using Twitter? Like, it kind of like what happened with Facebook, honestly. Like, Facebook turned into the middle-aged mom conspiracy theory hub. And I never log on to Facebook anymore. I don't even know why I have an account at this point, right? But with Twitter, I feel like regardless of how terrible it is, I've never gone onto Twitter and felt good. Has anyone ever gone onto Twitter and thought like, nailed it, this is bringing much joy to my life?
I mean, sometimes my replies make me feel good. People watch my special and whatnot. But generally speaking, when you look at the timeline, it ain't a good situation.
No.
That is true. And with regards to Facebook, that is true too. I had my Facebook hacked now 3 months ago. right before my special came out, the most important time for me to be able to promote my work, and I can't get it back. And I even have friends who are high up at Facebook who have been unable to help me get it back. Imagine someone without that connection that can't get it back. I've just given up on it completely. And I'm happier that I've won.
You were sabotaged by the hawk-nosed Zuckerberg. Of course. The timing was perfect, right?
Less social network to worry about in a very big way. But that's why another thing that I've always talked about and fought for that I think is insane that all these platforms just started doing a handful of years ago, maybe 5-8 years ago, is when they started making your feed no longer a real-time feed.
Right.
It's now an algorithm-based feed. And so we don't even get the information that we sign up for in this supposed open public square. And it's only the tweets and the Instagram posts and all of that that are the most controversial.
Yes.
And the first 5 seconds after it posts, that it gets 1 million people to instantly engage with it, and it pushes extremism and gets rid of rational thought, intelligent conversation, any thought that might be more trying to bring people together. It gets squelched and shadow banned, and you get completely destroyed. And so Instagram actually rolled out a real-time feed option a few months ago, very quietly. And it's like a really weird way that you gotta like double click on your profile picture. It doesn't even tell you activated
Instagram's
it.
so much better.
So much
Yeah,
better.
I don't go on Instagram nearly enough. But every time I do, it's like, wait a minute, these are all the people in my personal life, and I really like them. And
Right.
look at all that, look at how happy they are, and then I feel good, right?
But even there, it's still a challenge to get true real-time feeds. And to answer your question about will people ever give up on Twitter, why I don't think they will, and why it's so important that we try to get it right as best we can, because it's what's so beautiful about it is it's so simplistically, it's a quick bullhorn. Each of us gets a way to get our thoughts into the world.
Yeah.
And if that can be moderated in a way that's fair and just filters out dangerous speech, then we each have a voice. And it has also been so instrumental in things like the Arab Spring and revolutions and protests, being able to collate and coalesce and get the masses on board. And so that's very important. We do need that in society. It's a shame that somebody irresponsible is in charge of it. And so we'll see how it shakes down, and maybe there can be a role for Congress to help fix this, because that's the point of our government. It's the only company that we elect the leaders of. And so it's our only chance to make change that can maybe combat some of these greedy billionaires that think, yes, $20 per month, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have only like powerful people verified and no more common man whatsoever. Way to create a real public square. How insane.
Yeah, I mean, look, if it's truly thought of as a public square, having one billionaire have complete control over it, not a good idea. Not a good idea, obviously. The thing I will say is, right now, the bulk of the revenue that Twitter makes comes from advertising. Elon Musk notoriously wants to free up some of the unsavory speech that people want to engage in on Twitter, which might turn advertisers away. We know he overpaid for Twitter. He overpaid as much as $20 million for Twitter, which, you know, he's probably hurting over that a little bit. And so he wants to find
20 billion, I think.
Was it billion?
He bought it for $44 billion.
That's right, guys. It's so hard to wrap your mind around that number.
It's crazy.
You're right. 20.
He got screwed. He's a jackass. It's not even anywhere near worth that. It's crazy.
He paid like way more than the stock was currently trading at, and then realized, and tried to back out, talk trash about the platform for months, then got stuck with it. Now he's like, all right, let's just retweet conspiracy theories and then hope for the best.
But the point I'm trying to make is he wants to loosen up some of the terms of service rules, right? He wants people to be able to say pretty much whatever they want. That's going to really hurt his revenue with advertisers. So how is he going to make up for that lost revenue? Let me just charge these Twitter Blue subscribers more money. And people care so much about their verified status that to entice them to pay that $20 a month, I'm going to threaten to take their verified status away. Take my verified status away, bro. Yeah, exactly. I don't care. Take it away today. Take it away today. I won't cry about it. I don't care. Okay. It's just the idea of supporting him financially disgusts me. And I have no problem losing a freaking blue check mark to avoid helping him out in that way.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get the
Okay, I always thought being verified meant exactly what the word represents. Verified. You show, you upload a copy of your driver's license, your photo driver's license, or it could be a student ID card or a Division of Motor Vehicles ID card, photo ID, and that's it. You're verified. You're verified as whoever you are with a legitimate address and phone number. That's what I always thought, you know. But to pay this cocksucker to be verified? Gunnar Lindblom is too alpha. What's up, bras? End feminism. Hey, this is Sid. You say exactly the same thing as Sid. He's a nice Jewish boy. Well, you know why that cute Asian girl, that cute young Asian girl, dated him and married him, don't you? It's obvious. It's not for his boyish good looks either, or that toucan Fruit Loops toucan can opener of a nose. Wife swapping. Well, I don't. We were me and Ronnie Simpson were talking about that while we were showing an old advertisement for Plato's Retreat. It's not. I happen to know somebody who engages in that hobby with his wife. I don't condone it. You know, it's not my thing. Am I a citizen? I was born in Paterson, New Jersey on August 1st, 1958. Yes, I'm a citizen. Yeah. Can't you tell by my accent that I'm a citizen? No, but what a question. One of my best friends did get a Filipino mail order bride. God in heaven, he was 40 years old. She probably stroked out. Stroked out? What does that mean? Gave him a stroke during sex? Oh man. Well, they're very family oriented. Very Catholic country, very family oriented, but that explains the Asian culture when it comes to how they raise the girls. And they're usually, if you're compatible and you have the romantic chemistry, you have to have romantic chemistry. Otherwise, you're just platonic friends. You know, if you have that, if she's a keeper, and all the qualifications exist, they all fall into place, then it'll work out. But if it's somebody who's just looking for a green card, I guess you would call them green card whores. That's Paterson, New Jersey is where Samuel Colt created and manufactured the Colt firearms. The Colt Firearms Company is in Paterson, New Jersey, was in Paterson, New Jersey. And the Colt Firearms Museum exhibit is there, and I did 2 videos that is on YouTube showing the Colt firearms exhibit in the museum. Yeah. And we also have the second largest waterfall in the United States, second to Niagara. Patterson, the Great Falls National Park. Platonic, Play-Doh. Remember Play-Doh? Platonic, yeah. You know what that means? Platonic friendship. When you get friend zoned, when the female puts you in the friend zone, that means you're going to be picking up the tab when you get together with them. You, as the male, will be suckered into picking up the tab, and you won't get any sex ever. You might get, if you just a peck on the cheek, or sometimes they'll turn their head and you get the ear. Yeah, that's it. That's the extent of it. You will become a beta male simp, a chivalrous sucker. Jehovah's Witness. Oh. Anytime the doorbell rings very early in the morning on a weekend, don't answer it. That's Jehovah's Witness. You mean Patterson, New Jersey had a Jehovah's Witness, was like the Mecca of Jehovah's Witnesses there? I'm not fond of organized religion, because they take the original Bible and they add lots of man-created laws, man-made laws, and they take a good thing and they ruin it. Like making a burrito out of a good enchilada by stuffing it with cheap filler, white rice and lettuce, and whatever. And then it becomes several times larger and becomes a burrito. Yeah, that's what organized religion does to the original scriptures. I don't know. Well, since you're the king of the dots, do you tell the women that we are going to play Connect the Dots? And you will play Connect the Dots with your tongue? Well, pretend the gourd. Our mascot, until I find a better mascot, is the gourd. The obscene gourd. Hello there. It's like yeah. Pretend here's the original Bible with the original scripture, before all the translated ones came out and changed the meaning to many of the verses. Then man and his sinful nature, the vile human race, came in, and with their egos and everything, being self-righteous, they decided to start an organized religion, a church, and they started stuffing it with their man-made laws and made it this big. Lucky, medicated body powder, lucky, for men that get lucky. So here's the original scripture, and here's all the cheap filler. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? All right, I'm going to put it here. Mr. Ronnie Simpson, I don't know what happened because it is definitely on your Facebook Messenger and you're definitely seeing it. But I'm going to put it here. Hey, what's going on here? Getting sabotaged? I'm getting the old Sabatucci by the Eagle Beak, by the geeks, by the multi-billionaire geeks that I would love to twist their hawk noses off with my pipe wrench. What's going on here? It's not letting me. I'm trying to post it, man. Oh, there we go. Unless Ronnie's trying hard to get me to make this link public for some reason. What's in it for you? Yeah, you're right. Why should you give pleasure? Why should you give pleasure and not get anything in return? I don't know about you, but I like a return on my investment. I'm just hitting the tip of the iceberg. I know a lot about Christianity and religion in general. Yes. Well, democratic socialist, but if you want to call it Karl Marx's original communism, you can do that. Don't bust my balls. Don't bust my collusions with Yankee Doodle Dandy flag waving capitalist propaganda, because I won't stand for it. At least you don't go on and on forever about life beginning at conception like the other guy, does.
Hey, James.
Finally.
James, what's up, man? How you feeling, James?
Good. I ordered some Chinese food, but I think next time I'm gonna get like spare ribs and shrimp fried rice separate, and I'll tell you why. I'm getting tired of all those crunchy vegetables. Maybe it's the way I was raised, my culture. I'm not
crunchy vegetables.
When they stir fry veggies, they don't cook them long enough, and they're like half soft and half crunchy, and really
half soft, half
crunchy. But they still have a little crunch, and I'm not
yeah.
I'm not
that's
into
not good. It's not.
No.
That's really not good at all.
No, so I think I'm gonna change my.
James, I was thinking today, to say, to compare food, going out to eat in Florida, in the New York metropolitan area, right, as compared to say anywhere in Florida, and compare what people say about that and their experiences.
You're talking about the difference between going to a restaurant in the New York metro area in comparison to Florida?
In comparison to anywhere in Florida.
Anywhere in
It
Florida.
could be Miami or Jacksonville or.
My experience has only been South Florida, and I actually enjoyed.
So by South Florida, you mean Southeast Florida?
I mean
Miami.
Going from Naples, Marco Island to Fort Lauderdale, Margate, Miami area.
Okay. So that's starting in
West Palm,
Yeah.
Palm Beach, West Palm.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, which is is Palm County, right? There's Broward County.
Well, no. So you said you started. What was the first place you said?
Well, in South.
You said
Naples. On the Gulf
Naples, right?
Naples, Marco Island.
Yeah. So that's the Gulf side.
Yeah, that's all the way down to the end.
Right.
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 What I like the local seafood
The local seafood is good.
in South Florida. You get local specialties like conch fritters
Mm-hmm.
and rocks. I mean, stone crab claws and
Stone crab. Actually, right now it's stone crab season, I think.
yeah, yeah. There's a season for that. Like rock
Yeah.
lobster, there's
Yeah.
a season for rock lobsters too.
I think actually right now is stone crab season. So when you go different places around here,
Yeah,
they have specials for the stone crab season.
you know, I had broiled. No, it was grilled actually. Wahoo with vegetables like cauliflower on the side, whatever,
Mm.
and what else? What else came with it? Well, anyway, it was some nice side dishes, and then
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always order a piece of key lime pie at the end
You like the key lime pie?
if it's not too sweet.
You like it?
Yeah, yeah. If it's
Yeah.
not, if it's
I don't really care for pies.
well, well, you probably got tired of it being, but I
No,
like.
no, 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 no. I was never really a pie guy at all.
You mean like
Like
apple
even like the custard pies or
coconut custard pie,
nah, I just I never really liked any of them, like any
apple
pies for me.
pie,
Yeah.
blueberry pie.
Apple pie is different. Apple pie is different because
Let me.
apple pie doesn't have all the other stuff that say like a cheesecake has. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
it's different.
I like the crispy apples like Granny Smith. I like an apple pie with firm apples, firm,
Mm, mm.
and not too much spicy seasoning like with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like my sister's pumpkin pies, but the store bought pumpkin pies have too much clove in it. It overpowers the flavor of the pumpkin. But a good apple pie is really fantastic.
A good apple pie is good apple pie is good.
And you
That's
warm
good.
it up and you put not vanilla
Mm,
ice cream on top.
mm-hmm.
Pile it.
Yeah.
Now I will say that I really love the buffets in South Florida. I thought
South Florida buffets.
there were exceptional.
Now, when was the last time that you were there?
Well,
Because some of them might have closed since you last
you're
were
right.
there.
You're right, especially with the pandemic. Some of them might have
With the lockdowns, a lot of places closed.
the
You know,
cockdowns
a lockdown,
of the
lockdown,
lockdowns.
lockdown.
So let me get through King of the Dots. I'm going to tell you a sacred. I'm going to tell you a secret.
A sacred
Sacred.
A sacred secret.
It's like sucrets, the throat lozenge. A succotash.
A sac a
Yeah,
a
why do they call corn and
sacagawoo.
lima beans succotash? Isn't it the stupidest name? Corn and lima beans together I should ask Ronald Terrio that. Where did they come up with succotash? All right, I'm sorry. I lost my.
Suffering succotash.
That was Sylvester the cat that used to spit when he talked. The Tweety Bird.
He was good, right?
Yeah, I like Tweety Bird. I was raised a Catholic. Some people say Catholic, believe it or not.
Why is he spelling everything wrong? Is he doing that on purpose?
I don't know. I was raised a Catholic, but I'm an ex-Jehovah Witness minister and public speaker.
He's fucking around. He's not being serious.
I'm reformed now.
That's not true. That's not true. You know who that's probably Jason. Jason, whatever his name is. That's who that is.
You mean King of the Dots is
Yeah,
somebody else?
King of the Dots is Jason Cleveland. That's what I say.
He said that what did he say? That you're Sid, Fart Doctor, and Horn Dog.
Yeah. Give me a break, man. Come on. Like any of those three people are me. I don't know why Jason's saying that bullshit.
Because he says that that anytime you're not
I'm
here,
the fart doc. I'm the fart
he
doctor and the
said
horn dog.
anytime you're not here, the other guys are here, and then
Yeah, I
when
mean,
the other
yeah,
guys,
quite coincidentally, if you're gonna be like a jerk off like him, he's following the channel. He sees what's going on, and he's screwing around. So if he sees me on, right, he's not gonna say anything with the horn dog. But if I'm not here, the horn dog is disappeared, right? I mean, I see what fucking Jason's doing. I don't really care, to tell you the truth, but it's just stupid. Like it seems like, what are you doing? You know,
I don't know. Well, I want to ask Ronnie Simpson, what does this gourd remind you of?
a gourd. What does it remind me of? I don't know. I don't know.
Labia lips on a woman.
Oh
Labia,
yeah. Okay.
labia,
Labia.
labia. You say labia. Yeah, I say labia. You say
Sure.
labia.
Sure.
Tomato,
Sure. And
tomato.
what about him?
They look like labia lips. It's a gourd on a gourd. It's supposed
Yeah.
to
Okay.
be
Yeah.
funny.
Some loose ones, right?
It's supposed to be funny.
Loose ones, though, right?
You mean loose
I
testicles?
mean, they were a little loose, wouldn't you say?
When you, yeah. Well, because I was shaking it. You mean, do you find that boxer shorts give you wedgies and
No, I don't find that.
and your balls bounce around too much? Wait,
James,
what did he say?
what are you talking about, James?
Give me a Bible and I'm dangerous. Give me a beer and I'm human.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I mean, that sounds like a good saying,
Yeah.
right? At least he thought about it a little bit, right? Is that the only comment you have there?
I bet.
Oh, King of Dots. Hold on. Now I got one last thing to present here.
Have you seen
Anybody?
Michael Hilton tonight or Michael Goldsmith?
I sent him the link. Um, I sent one to Eric. I sent one to Jordy. Jordy was on. He stopped by to say hello last Saturday. He was on video. He was in good spirits, of course.
Jordy's a nice guy.
Yeah, I played one of his new songs as the theme when I went on the air. One
Okay.
of his new songs. He bangs out some nice songs occasionally. Uh, the organization got me completely expunged from YouTube, like I didn't exist. I told Ron this.
So you told Ron Terrio this?
Wait a minute.
Is that what he means?
When he says organization, you talk about Jehovah's Witness got you expunged.
Oh, it could be any organization.
Well, I don't like all this censorship that's going on. Really, it's very annoying on social media.
It could be the James organization.
My name is Geary. Is it how is it pronounced? Geary or
Oh,
Gary?
Geary. Yeah, Geary.
Ron knows they expunged me.
I remember there was another name that had Geary in the name. I don't know if it's the same guy, but there was somebody named Geary, and he used to comment a lot before. I remember that.
Or maybe that's him.
It might be him. Yeah.
Well, he just answered you. Yes.
Yes. Oh, wow.
All right. Ron knows the whole story about the expunging.
Expunge. Wow. What did you say? Can you say what you said?
He said it's a long story.
Long story.
Unless
Well,
he wants
can
to
you
come
just
on,
say like one line? Of
unless
the
he wants
story?
to come on video and tell the whole story,
He doesn't have to do that. You can just say in the comments.
or he can come on audio. He can turn his.
He doesn't have to do any of that stuff, James.
You
Don't
want him
pressure him.
You want him to type a long story. You know
It
how much
doesn't have to be
work
long. It can be short. It can be short
you know how
story.
much work that is?
It can be short. Doesn't have to be long.
I like the word expunge.
Sponge.
Reminds me of contraceptive sponge.
Yeah.
Expunge.
Expunge.
And the diaphragm reminded me of a little trampoline.
Hmm. Hmm.
But that stuff that women used to put in the diaphragm, that stunk to high heavens.
Hmm.
Now let me ask King of the Dots. You're good at short, or you know how to cut to the chase? You know how to write shorthand. What was I going to ask? Oh, you remember Mr. Fart Doctor, King of the Dots? You remember Fart Doctor? He used to come on Ronald's shows a lot, and then he came on some of my shows, and
It's
nice
Jason Cleveland.
nice guy,
Fart Doctor is Jason Cleveland.
and then he vanished completely, and then this guy Sid was coming on saying, "Hey bro, hey brah." Well, that must have been Sid, that other guy. Hey, how's everybody doing, brah? Hey, feminism, feminists, brah. Hey bro, hey brah.
Yeah, he was kind of obnoxious about it.
Yeah, and then there's and then all of a sudden Horndor comes out of nowhere after 1,000 years. Check out the lawyer who represented Ali. I was a friend of the family. Witnesses. You mean Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad Ali. What?
The Reverend Calvin Butts.
The Reverend Muhammad Ali.
Reverend Butts passed away. Witnesses. Now Jehovah Witness.
But James, who
Being
was
that
who was
Jehovah
the
is a word for God, is a name for God.
who was was it Muhammad Ali or not?
Yeah, what Ali are we talking about?
What was it? What was it? Was it
Ali
Muhammad
Baba
Ali? Or Ali Baba? Yeah.
or
Ali Singh?
was it Abdullah the Butcher,
Ali.
the lawyer's family?
What does that mean?
You know what? You're better off coming on. If you don't want to, if you're shy, you don't want to use your
The King of the Dots is just fucking around, right? At this point, he's not even being serious.
I wonder if Whiskey Scout is serious when he says that as soon as he rolls out of bed Sunday morning, he has like a bourbon or something.
I think he is serious. He has a bourbon and a biscuit, right?
Raw eggs, a bourbon,
He said he has a bourbon and a biscuit.
a bourbon and a biscuit. Oh yeah.
What the fuck are you gonna do with that, right? Any normal person, but maybe Whiskey Scout's not normal.
No, the only thing that
Maybe he isn't normal.
there's only two things on my mind when I wake up:
On a Sunday morning.
urination, and then followed by coffee. That's it. I don't get hungry until later anyway. I'm never hungry early. Never.
Now, have you ever gone to church on a Sunday morning?
I did when I was involved with the musicians for Christmas season.
Okay.
I did, yeah. I played my African drum with the singers and the guitar player, the guitarist. Yeah. And then, but I hated it because I'm not a morning person.
You're not a morning person?
No, not really.
So why did you do it?
I did it because the priest liked my drum. And he's a nice guy, and he told me, "James, I love your drum. Why don't you come?"
How did he know? How did he even see your drum?
Oh, he heard it. He heard about it from other people that I play, and he says, "Why don't you join the Christmas entertainment?"
Oh, wow.
This was before 2020, before the lockdown. But then after that,
before the lockdown, yeah. Yep.
the church was closed for a long time.
How long was it closed?
Quite a bit. Almost a year.
Was it March of 2020 to March of 2021?
Well, establishments started closing, restaurants, bars, and
Everybody kind of went crazy.
was it like the
It
winter?
was either March or April of 2020. Even in Florida, they closed everything.
Yeah.
At that time.
I don't have to set my clocks back because the only clocks I use is my phone, the cable box,
Yeah.
and my desktop.
Right.
So I don't have to do shit. I don't have any clocks on the wall.
Yeah, James, most people don't really do that anymore. It's just a stupid thing people say.
I think it is stupid, and
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, if we're talking about 20 or say 30 years ago, it's like, okay, you're gonna set your alarm back, or but it's
hey,
just
Mike.
people don't do that anymore. People don't set anything back. It's just bullshit,
It is. Arizona doesn't
It's
practice.
stupid.
Arizona.
It's fucking stupid, man.
Arizona.
It's really, really like, and it's kind of become like a political thing to where people say they're gonna change it and they're not gonna change it. But people who actually have to do it.
I mean, there are 2 states that don't practice it. Arizona's one of them.
Arizona, and there's another one, right?
I think there's another state and they're smart for not practicing.
They are. Yeah, they are. They really are.
But by me only telling time on my phone and cable box, I don't have to do shit, and that's the way I like it.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it. How are you, Mike? Western Mike from San Francisco, California. I hope you're having a good day.
Western Mike.
A good Saturday. Oh man. Let me get this one last thing out of the way.
I'm Ben Mycelis from the Midas Touch Network. I want to show you the demented and disturbing, just truly evil messages that Donald Trump posted on his social media platform following the news that a right-wing extremist broke into the home of Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, looking for her to kill her. Said, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" Found
James,
her
did you hear
husband
the alternative story of this
her
encounter?
husband, this disturbing
Hold on, let me hear this.
criminal David DePape, who did this, had a message board where he posted.
I just thought this was humorous.
Yeah.
Midas Touch Network, because the truth is golden. I just thought that was funny.
Posted all of the right-wing conspiracy theories, all the MAGA extremist stuff that these MAGA Republicans post, the anti-Semitic stuff, the anti-women stuff, all these hateful messages that we see propagated by MAGA Republicans. This is what Donald Trump posted on his social media platform right after, or shortly after, the news about Nancy Pelosi's house being invaded and the attempted homicide on her and her husband. So he posts this photo of himself without any context other than it's a photo of him that somebody posted, and I think it's "Where we go one, we go all." The QAnon rallying call. The individual, David DePape, was evidently a follower of QAnon. He tweeted QAnon-related conspiracy stuff all over his social media. And the first thing that Donald Trump posts after this is a threat right here. This is a sick and deranged and disturbing evil person. This isn't a political thing. This is some weird extremist cult fascist behavior. And this is who the Republican Party is. This is what the Republican Party's doing. You got Democrats going around the country right now talking about how we can lower prescription drug prices and how to make education more affordable and making sure workers are being taken care of and making sure wages can be increased and focusing on issues that matter, building our infrastructure, creating more jobs, fighting for the people, which ain't easy. And you got Republicans posting this crap, the leader of the MAGA Republican Party posting QAnon stuff. And where's the media? Where's anybody talking about this? Oh, we're amplifying it if we do it. No, you're amplifying it when you talk about Trump Force One and what a great freaking plane it is and how the plane shows his strength. And I'm talking to you, CNN. You need to be covering all the media, not just the Midas Touch Network, needs to be saying the Republicans are led by a cult leader who the moment after it learned that Nancy Pelosi's house was invaded by someone trying to kill her, who's a QAnon follower, Trump is posting where we go one, we go all, the QAnon rallying call. Despicable. And he's not done. He posted like 50 things. 50 posts. I'm not going to show you them all. It's ridiculous stuff. This is what he posted right after, too. Him in an American, superimposed American flag saying goat. Ridiculous. Right after. He's another post. He has Trump won, Biden cheated, spreading election conspiracy stuff and putting that out right after. As part of the post, he reposts this statement. Someone makes a ridiculous meme with him holding a gun, and it says, Trumpinator, I'll be back in 2024, ... or before.
I mean, he's bringing up these things, but it's not like nobody's taking that like seriously. It's just like a joke, whatever.
Well, that banner, he didn't make the banner. I mean, I thought that was funny. Trumpinator, I'll be back.
Yeah, but the Trumpinator thing is nobody's like being serious. Like, why would he even like throw that in there? It's kind of like misleading.
Well,
it's kind of misleading a little bit.
Well, first of all,
you don't think that's a little misleading to like throw the Trumpinator shit in there? It's kind of silly.
No. Trump actually is serious, and he's seriously mentally unstable. But I knew who Trump was when I used to watch him go on talk shows, late night shows, and when he was just he was a showman.
Because you're from New Jersey.
Well, yeah, he was. He did the show The Apprentice, where he enjoyed firing people, and then before that he used to go on all
what was
the
he
shows.
doing before The Apprentice, James?
Yeah, he was going on. He was invited to a lot of talk shows, the Tonight Show, David Letterman.
Yeah.
He went on all the shows.
Now they say he was a big supporter of Bush in 2004.
He was a big time progressive.
He was a big Bush supporter.
Yeah.
Back in the day, though.
Herbert Walker?
No, no, the son.
Yeah.
And then he became a Democrat.
Yeah. And
then he became a Republican again. And they never said why. They never said, right? Did you ever think about it?
What
was he doing?
He was a Democrat.
He was a Democrat.
He was he was a progressive when he was younger. Very much so.
And he was a Democrat for sure. I don't remember exactly the year he changed his party. But it's interesting, right?
Yeah, isn't it interesting how he switched? I'm laughing because I brought up one of the wheels that I haven't played yet. Hold on for a second. Gain my composure. Yeah, he was a progressive. Hold on. Oh, this is good. I just want to say howdy doody, just like Western Mike said to everyone this Saturday night, first week of November 2022. And we are having unseasonably insane warm weather until it goes back down to normal this Tuesday. 77 degrees today and 75 degrees for the next 2 days. Ah, yes. What happened? How come the stupid thing vanished? Hey, what's going on here, man? I wonder why it turned white. Oh, there it is. Attention whores.
Who
Yeah.
is that? Who is that guy in the middle?
Oh, that's Ronald Terrio with a big, huge bottle of malt liquor.
Malt liquor.
Yeah.
Why did we ever find out why he was dressed as a?
I don't know. I'm looking at the expression on his face. It's pretty funny. Yeah, he does a lot of shows with malt liquor.
Well, he doesn't usually dress up for it.
No, I wonder if that was an event that he went to. It might have been an event.
He got paid for it, probably.
Yeah, maybe it was like an event involving teachers or something.
You know, Ronald Terrio is a sellout.
Is it what?
He's a sellout.
Say that again.
A sellout.
Sellout?
He sell out. Yeah.
In what way?
He always sells out. He's a corporatist.
Well, he likes macro beers are run by corporations. He
loves macro beers.
He always says Circle K kosher. He loves to talk about the macros, even though he knows they're full of chemicals.
Yeah. He knows, but he still talks about them.
And I think he gets money. He does get money from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So there you go.
And then he gets and then he gets his pension from when he was a teacher, and then he works part-time.
He has a little job, so he's doing all right. He's doing fine.
You know,
himself,
I mean,
right?
he probably does that so he doesn't get bored, staying at home.
Yeah, and it's always good to work at least a couple of days a week. Maybe two or three.
You gotta keep busy.
You gotta do something, right?
You gotta keep busy in your retirement, otherwise you die. You die early.
You die, and that's what happens to people. They die.
They
eventually will die.
They don't plan for their retirement. They have no plans.
Right. And they have all this money, and they don't know what to do with it. They come to a point one day and they say, I'm retired, and their job is done for, and they just say, I have this the savings that I had, this 401k, and they say, I am now retired,
and they have no hobbies and interests.
No, they have nothing to do and that's very sad.
No, they watch television probably all the time.
They watch television or I don't know, or they're
they don't. Let's say they're in Florida. They probably
play golf.
If they enjoy golf that much, and they walking around in the hot, humid weather, chasing a little white ball.
James, a lot of people here in Florida love to play golf. It's if you want to say it's, weird because they're looking around for a little ball, but James, golf in Florida is huge, 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 huge,
All right,
huge.
have a good night, King of the Dots,
Golf in Florida,
aka Geary.
is a big business, man. Really
I
big
mean,
business.
more so than fishing.
Yes, yes, most definitely more. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the spin the wheel, make a deal. Stop that attention wars, and there are people who, when they get attention, they just talk about themselves. They don't really listen to what you have to say. It's all about them. And
Who does this, James?
well, I happen to know offhand. I happen to know one person. I'm sure I know others, but um, um, usually those people, um, no matter what you say, they never reply to acknowledge to anything about what you said. They go right on to themselves. They might go, yeah, okay, and then they'll still continue talking about themselves in a
Yeah.
bragging way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known more than one people, but
That's a problem. Right? That is a problem.
yeah, maybe it's a sociopathic problem. I don't know, or it's definitely narcissistic. Like in other words, you're talking to somebody that you know, and they immediately they'll never say, Ronnie, how have you been? How's the family? How you been? You still working at that same place? They won't ask you anything about you. They'll go right into them, what they're doing, and they'll brag about everything that's going on with them. They'll always brag, And then as soon as you try to tell them about what you're doing, they don't acknowledge it. They just that's the attention whore.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, King of Dots, I know you. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night. Yeah, the problem, hey, King of the Dots, with organized religion is they become cults. A lot of them become cults. Where it's not about they don't practice. Well, first of all, they don't preach scripture, so they can't practice what they preach. And they become very judgmental and sanctimonious. And this is why I don't go to mass next door to the church.
Why don't you go, James?
I don't go because the people, the church people, are like very moody. Like they're even the priest is very moody. Like he'll be friendly once in a big while, and then other times, like he'll just talk to people like 30 seconds. He'll like walk away from people. Like he won't like. What if somebody has a problem that they need a consultation with the priest? Let's say, how they say, well, if you have a personal issue, you can talk to your priest or minister. Well,
James, you remember I told you earlier this year that I was really unhappy when I went to the Ash Wednesday mass?
oh no, I don't know. No, I'm not familiar with that story. What happened at the Ash Wednesday mass?
Yeah, the priest was it had just happened. The Ash Wednesday mass must have been like maybe less than a week after the Russian invasion, right, of Ukraine.
Yeah.
And whatever, all that is whatever it is, but the priest in the church in the Roman Catholic American church could not stop going on and on and on and on and on about what a saint Zelensky from Ukraine is. Like it was literally saying he was a saint, and how he was pushing and saying what a great job the Saint Zelensky is doing in having his country going, and he was saying he was leading his country into the war. Like Zelensky was there in the front lines leading the country into whatever they were doing. And the fucking church is accepting this fucking
You
bullshit, you
know,
know?
a
This fucking bullshit, James.
Catholic priest
And
or
people were just listening to it and just taking it.
yeah, but
Just taking this fucking shit.
a Catholic priest or a minister is not
A Catholic priest has a lot of credence, right?
well. They're
A lot of people listen to him.
yes, but they're not supposed to get political in
They're not supposed to, but they do.
during a service, during a church service or a mass. They're not
Sure,
supposed
but they do. You know, they
because
do.
God is not political. He's way
God
above.
is not supposed to be political, but these people, they do this.
And how does he know Zelensky is a saint if the Ukraine had so much corruption
Right.
for many years?
He didn't question it at all.
The Ukrainian government had so much corruption.
Right.
I mean,
right.
yeah, and way before the invasion.
It's
So
fucked up, and I don't like how the church gets involved in things like that. That kind of annoys me, man. To tell you the truth.
he's supposed to tell stories based on scripture from the Bible. He's supposed to tell stories that where people can learn a lesson. He's not supposed to rant on and on about politics or about international conflict.
So what would you do in that example?
That the fact that he kept ranting and going on and on.
Yeah, and that I mean, if you want to go to church to get your local
No, I wouldn't go.
your local mass at your church, nothing crazy, but that's down the block. So what would you just ignore this one over here?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Well, if the priest over here, he doesn't get political. He talks scripture only, and he tells stories from the Bible where people are supposed to learn from. Okay, he's good. He has a heavy accent. It's not easy to understand everything he says, but I get the drips and drabs of it. But if he started ranting politically during mass instead of doing the mass, and he started going on and on about it, I just wouldn't. I'd stop going.
Yeah.
Completely. And I would write an email to the archdiocese, his boss. I would send an email to the archdiocese that this town is governed by, and telling the story about how this priest, okay, instead of doing his job and giving the mass and talking scripture and Bible verses, he was going on and on about politics, about the Ukraine war, and calling Zelensky a saint. Zelensky is not a saint, and he's far from it.
And he said that Putin was the face of the devil, I think he said.
But he to be judgmental as a priest doesn't sound right. It's like
It doesn't.
there used to be a minister on the radio. He's dead now, Harold Camping. He lived to be 90 something years old. He used to give predictions every year, the exact date when the end time will come, the end of the world. Every year he'd give the exact date, and every year he was wrong. And when people called him up and started, like, reprimanding him and telling him off. He said, I can't believe this. You're picking on a poor old man like me. Well, shut your damn mouth and stop making predictions every year. You know, that's ego. When a pastor or goes above and beyond their responsibility and becomes judgmental about things that they have no business passing comment on during a holy mass, a service. If they're out of the church in civilian clothes and they want to talk about politics with somebody, they have a right to give their opinion. But if you're doing a mass, you're supposed to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Like if he was having coffee and a croissant with friends, talk about anything you want.
Sure. Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous that they have to be celibate and they can't get married.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous that.
It seems ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I mean, ministers can date and get married.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's why they.
I don't know what the reasoning is behind it. I don't really know.
And that's why the altar boys get molested.
Yeah, it might be why. It's a
But
lot of fucked up shit,
but the nuns don't get much. Isn't that funny? They turn to homosexuality and they fondle the altar. I mean, they make a move on the altar boy, but they don't make a move on the nuns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you notice that.
No, I never thought about that.
Yeah, you always hear about the altar boys having a pedophile.
Yeah. You
Encounter.
do, yeah. That's what they usually say.
Yeah. So when you get your medicine for the pipe, you have a source where you can get the good stuff.
Yeah.
You get, and it's good. It's not cut with anything cheap.
Nope. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. It's New York.
Okay.
From New York.
Yeah. But the person is known to have good pure medicine.
Yep.
Okay. My sister's got a whole her and her significant other has a whole collection of those pipes. I think she called them carburetors. It's a glass pipe with two bulging eyes on the end. Now, how come a person never mentions that they smoked marijuana out of a regular pipe?
A regular pipe?
With a big bowl. A
lot of people don't do that these days, I don't think.
Like the pipes that
sometimes the ones that Eric brings out, people don't really smoke those, I don't think really.
Well, sophisticated people, no, what I mean is instead of pipe tobacco, put marijuana in it because it's a big bowl. The pipes for the marijuana have a little bowl, small one, right? Which must mean that you have to keep refilling it over and over.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. But it does relax you. Right. It does relax you. It does
relax you.
Mellow you out, and you don't get people don't get into fights like they do with alcohol.
No, they don't.
With alcohol,
Nope. Much worse with alcohol, for sure.
not to change the subject, but I've been watching a lot of pro wrestling historic videos where they talk about the life of the old famous stars, you know, and you know, they mention their real names
Yeah.
and how they broke into the business, everything,
Mm-hmm.
who trained them, and it's all on YouTube. It's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think you remember my fitness, martial arts, and pro wrestling group. I don't think you remember. You should join it.
Maybe I will, James. Maybe I will.
I'll make you a moderator.
Oh yeah.
Well, with your knowledge of pro wrestling,
Moderator, huh?
yeah.
That's nice of you, James. Real
Well,
nice of you, man.
I need good people that could, if God forbid something happens to me, I need good people that will keep the group alive.
Hmm.
You know, to
Mm-hmm.
inherit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, I know a guy that um, I met in the business. He worked for a promoter, but you know, despite the fact that he's knowledgeable, he doesn't really. He's very reluctant to give his opinion in public. He's one of those people that always sends me a ton of messages privately, but he'll never make public statements.
Hmm.
Like almost like he's afraid of people getting offended or not liking him anymore. I don't know. You know, I get the opinion that that's the reason. Um, you know, I told him, come on the show. You can come on. If he doesn't have an iPhone, he could easily come on the show. If he has an Android, he can come on the show. And he always says that it doesn't work. It's not letting him come on. He doesn't know how. I says, what is there not to know? You click on the link, you type in your name, and you're on.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what went wrong in your case with the Facebook Messenger, because I saw the link, I saw you looking at the link, but you were not in the basement until I put the link on the public comments.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know who doesn't come on the shows? Anybody's show for that matter. Remember Nina Yordi from Rhode Island?
Oh yeah.
No, she fell off the map. I mean,
What happened with that?
she's still around, but I don't know. She stopped appearing anywhere
Hmm.
after the night her and Paul Manthea had after the night she pissed
Oh.
off Paul Manthea and he went ballistic on her.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, she said to Paul that you're a charlatan and you're a scammer and you're a fake, and she doesn't really know him. And he went ballistic.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last time that she.
Damn, that's a shame.
Yeah, I don't know where she got all that from because she didn't know the guy at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so anyway, yeah, just
Yeah, that's a shame, man.
8, 9, that's it.
Real shame.
Well,
What can
anybody
you do,
out?
right?
What can you do? You're right. We can only focus on our lives and making our existence better on this earth. We can't control others. So, like it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It
Yep.
is what it is.
Right.
Is there, when you go to the pool by you, are there like cabanas or places that have shade? Let's say the sun is making you tired. And
Yeah.
you want to go in the shade.
Yeah.
Are there any shady areas that near the pool, or is it all
Yes, there are.
okay? So you can take a cooler full of refreshments
Yes.
and sit down on one of the lounge chairs with the cooler in the shade and take your phone with you
Yeah.
and relax.
Yep. Definitely.
You
You can
could
definitely do that.
you couldn't do that in Long Island, especially in this
Right
time
now.
this time of year.
Yeah, this time of year. No.
Yeah, but Florida, you can.
Florida, you can do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, how cold does it really get in January and February? I mean,
It gets to the 50s. Goes down to the 50s.
well, that's not bad. So you put a light
But you
jacket.
put a sweater on, yeah, something
Yeah,
like that. Still, it's not bad though. That's the extent that it is.
yeah. I mean, the sun could be out.
The sun's out, every day, really. So even if it goes down to the 50s overnight, it's up to the next day is 75, 80. So it's really not even a thing, to tell you the truth.
Oh, you've seen 80-degree days and during the winter months?
Yeah, I would say that's the normal. That's regular. That would
That's
be an average temperature. I'll
that's
tell you the truth.
average temperature. The
Average
only
temperature every
the only
day.
thing is it's drier. It's not as humid.
It's not as humid. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. So during the summer, it's humid, man. It's really, really humid.
Oh yeah, I was in
Hmm.
I was in Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, in the end of July.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you walk out of the air conditioned hotel and you hit that wall of,
Yeah, you hit it. Yep.
it's
Yep.
like a steam bath.
It is. But that's what it is, man. Yeah, that's
But
how it is.
that's what it is. So then you go in a pool. You go in a pool.
Yeah, you just you jump in the pool, jump in the beach. It's Florida. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. The only thing with the Gulf of Mexico, you got to watch out for the bull sharks. They're very dangerous.
Bull sharks. Yeah. Yeah. But for the most part, it's pretty safe. You know.
Yeah, you just have to keep your eyes open. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, a pool that's not crowded is a nice pool. But if the pool is crowded and there's people's kids in there, you know what that means? Pee-pee. Pee-pee in the pool. That's not good. But if the pool is slow, not too many people. Well, everything's gotten quiet. I'm gonna close up the show, Mr. Ronnie S. And I'm getting tired. I'm a little hungry. Everything's quiet. Unless there's somebody out there that wants to jump on by way of video. If not, let me wait for Ronnie to come back. Little Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ronnie Simpson, King of the Dots, Masumi, Jason Cleveland, Western Mike, even though you only said one thing. Gunnar Lindblom, Tommy Carroll. Thank you. Until next time. Until next week. Have a safe, enjoyable upcoming week. And definitely have a great Sunday tomorrow. Good night.